Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, Mike Florio says the Ravens are already planning on replacing and moving on from Lamar Jackson. Look. Guys, look, Mike Florio, if you don't know, was the same guy that came out on Christmas 2 years ago when the Ravens were going to play the 49ers and said that the Ravens were going to get their tail kicked. He also said, why are we even watching this? If this is going to be a Super Bowl preview, it's going to be trash. The Ravens are going to get blown out. Like, let's be real. The Ravens do not have even a close enough team to the 49ers. And then the Ravens blew out the 49ers. And he acted like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe they shut me up because it went viral. He is also the same man that ridiculed, took shots, a lot of pot shots at Lamar for doing his own deal, putting it up that Lamar's trying to ruin the agent industry. And he was also the same person that said he did not deserve a contract of that magnitude because there are other guys better than him. Mind you, I'm putting all this in the context. So take what he's saying here with a grain of salt. I'm going to play it. But I wanted to give you a backstory or a backdrop on exactly the type of man who is saying this, who said previous things before. So without further ado, right, I'm going to play the audio and video of this, and then we're going to break it down further, all right? If you like this content, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, guys. You know I love the comments. All right, let's get this thing started. Mike Florio time.
Their last quarterback, Joe Flacco. He was the 18th overall pick in the 2008 draft.
Facts.
2012, Super Bowl MVP.
Yes, he was.
Which came at the perfect time because he'd bet on himself, put him in a position to be then the highest paid quarterback in the NFL as of 2013. And the way the contract was structured, the way their cap was, a couple of years later they had to redo the deal.
Him again.
And once again, he was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He was twice the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Okay? By 2018, when Joe Flacco was firmly entrenched as a starting quarterback of the Ravens with no thought that they would be thinking about doing anything other than riding with Joe Flacco, what did they do? They drafted Lamar Jackson.
I want to make sure I stop him there real quick. Context on that, Joe Flacco during the regular season was not playing well. I've said this so many times and I've touched on this. Joe Flacco, out of his tenure in Baltimore, had about 2 or 3 years where he was good. Never great, but really like good. And then the rest of the time it was like woof. Like the nickname for him before was called Fluco. Because what he did in the playoffs, that playoff a run was so magnificent, so great, so historical that they were like, bro, it's a fluke. Has to be a fluke. We're talking about Flacco here. So hence the name Joe Fluco. All right, I'll continue.
Traded back into round one and drafted Lamar Jackson. And Flacco was at some draft party in the Inner Harbor, and it was like, well, this is awkward.
Awkward.
And I'm only saying that because that was 2018, 10 years after Flacco arrived in 2008. Well, the calendar now is 2025. We're possibly 3 years away from the Ravens quietly developing an affinity for a quarterback that's entering the NFL and quietly positioning themselves to get that guy and quietly stepping away from Lamar Jackson.
All right, I'm going to stop that right there too. Guys, there'd be nothing quiet about the Ravens stepping away from Lamar Jackson. I keep trying to tell people this, and I've had this conversation. We've had back and forth with so many people. Shout out to you, Flex Zone, that watch. Joe Flacco gave us the greatest Super Bowl run in the history of the NFL. When we're comparing quarterbacks, it's not even close the level that we're talking about. Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP. Should have been 3. He's a 3-time All-Pro. first team. And one of the MVPs he got was unanimous. Like, we're not talking about your average daggies, boogaboo, whatever you want to call a quarterback. We're talking about a guy that is literally a generational talent that we've never seen before in this sport. You can make similar comparisons to like Michael Vick, Warren Moon, and others. You know what I'm saying? But none of them were him. Lamar could be an all-pro as a running back or be an all-pro as a wide receiver. Let you know that now. Playing the quarterback position the way he does. And he's one of the most accurate passers in the game. He had one of the best passer ratings in history. Like, that's the level of player that we're doing. So when they talk about, we moved off of him, once again, context. This ain't the flag. This is Lamar Jackson. And then there's no way it's going to be quiet. But look at this.
That's what they did to Flacco, and he won him a Super Bowl.
Oh.
Now, Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback.
Yeah.
But my point is this. Every player has a shelf life. Every player has a shelf life.
Okay.
And every team, they're always looking as I motion toward the imaginary football machine. And for some reason, it's sitting here every time I think about it. The football machine where you take out the part and you throw it aside and you plug the new one in. And the Ravens have proven over the years that they are meticulous, that they are calculated, that they are strategic. I guarantee you they're already thinking, how many more years are we going to get out of Lamar Jackson, and when do we need to start thinking about finding our next quarterback? I guarantee you they're already thinking about that.
All right, guys, so that's done. So let me tell you this right now. For one, the Ravens have never had a player like him on offense. Ever. Ever. Never. So when we're saying the Ravens are they're looking for a downgrade. That's first and foremost, okay? Even if Lamar took a little step, he'd still be a top. Now, yeah, he's not the number one best player in the league no more. He's just a top 5 player in the league. Like, you get where I'm coming from? Like, that's the level of player that he is. Even if he eventually does, take a step back, he'll still be a top 5 guy in the league. So, and those guys don't grow on trees, and quarterbacks are lasting longer than they ever have before. Lamar Jackson, yes, he can easily play for another 10 years. Easily. Do you see Lamar slowing down enough and being a big enough, like think about it. He's not like, he can't throw the ball. The guy's one of the best throwers of the ball, throwers of the football in the game. Accuracy, timing, everything. Then you put all that in with escapability, highlights, rushing ability. And then you have a player that can't be touched. But let me tell you something about Mike Florio real quick. That why stuff like this irked me with him. Because do you notice how he always does stuff with Lamar? He never does this stuff with Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. The list goes on. He does not do that with any of these other quarterbacks. But he knows. Because mind you, he already does not like Lamar Jackson. He'd be like, y'all act like I don't like him. It's because of everything that you've already said in the past. You've been one of the most critical guys of Lamar from the time he stepped foot in the NFL. And he's proved you wrong. Step after step. And the louder you got, the wronger you got. So you bringing up his name this is just you bringing up his name for engagement and clicks. That's all this is. And Ravens fans shouldn't really worry. And let me tell you something right now. If the Baltimore Ravens were stupid enough, dumb enough to actually come out and think that, hey, we can replace Lamar Jackson, it's no big deal, I promise you, there would probably be a riot in Baltimore. I'm telling you. We know that Lamar's hated, but I'm telling you this right now. It'll be a riot. Because I'll tell you this right now, the fans, the people that live in Baltimore do not play when it comes to Lamar. They do not. They do not. And Baltimore's never had a player of his caliber on the team. Ever. Y'all out here wilding. Move off of Lamar Jackson. Get out of your mind. Oh my God. Mike Florio needs all of those. No! Matter of fact, this is for Lamar. Black hand side. Had to give you the black hand side, man. Crazy. Make you want to stomp you out. Shoot. Made me want to put them dance moves on you and stomp you out. Let's do it. Ridiculous and nasty work. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Mr. Florio that the Ravens could be looking to move on for Lamar in a couple more years? And they're already looking for his replacement? Or do you think he's a fool? He's been speaking the fool, and he's been proven to be a very loud fool on a multitude of occasions. Let me know what you think down in the comments section, please, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching, and now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, guys. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out the Wunderkind Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. We touch on all hot topics in sports, and we touch on nostalgia trivia at the end of every show from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Put a smile on your face, guys. So be there, be squared. Support the channel. It's growing quickly. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Let's get that number up. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. CashApp located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign. The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is not signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.
Do not